Welcome to The Explainer. Have you ever felt like you've got all this potential, but for some reason, something's just holding you back? Well, today, we're going to break down the incredible book Train Your Brain for Success into a powerful framework that you can start using right now to smash through those barriers and finally go after what you really want. The author kicks things off with this kind of brutal but very real quote from motivational speaker Mort Utley. Most people do not get what they want out of life. That's a stark thought, isn't it? Because my guess is, if you're tuned in right now, being most people is the last thing you want. So, why is that? Why do so many of us fall short? Is it about luck, talent? No. The answer is actually much simpler, and it has everything to do with the way our brains are wired right out of the box.
Let's dive into Section 1, the problem. It turns out the biggest obstacle to your success isn't out there somewhere. It's the default setting that your brain came with. The book calls this the homeostatic impulse. Now, that sounds complicated, but it's simple. It's your brain's deep, powerful, unconscious drive to keep things exactly as they are. Why? Not because it's lazy, but because its number one job is survival. And hey, where you are right now hasn't gotten you killed yet, so your brain thinks this is safe, and it will fight like crazy to keep you right there, inside what we all know as the comfort zone. So, this really lays out the two modes your brain can be in. By default, we've all got the survival brain. It's reactive, it's always looking for comfort, and life just kind of happens to it. But we can train it. We can build a success brain that's proactive, that seeks growth, and that is intentional about everything. The key is knowing that your default programming is not your destiny.
So, here's the bottom line. The bad news? Absolutely no growth. None can happen inside that comfort zone. But the good news, the great news, is that you are the one in charge. You can consciously reach in, grab your internal thermostat, and set it to a whole new level. And that brings us to the big revelation. If our brain's default setting is the problem, this next part is the solution. This is where we learn how to take back the driver's seat. The first principle to get your head around is this: success leaves clues. This means getting what you want isn't some kind of magic trick. It's a science. It's a result of thinking in certain ways and doing certain things. If someone else has done what you want to do, it's not because they're special. It's because they found the recipe. And you can find it too.
I love this story from the book about a pro bass fisherman. He said that most people think fishing is luck, but for him, it's a system. He knows where the fish probably are, and he just systematically tries different lures until he finds the one that works that day. It's a predictable process, not a random shot in the dark. Your goals are the same.
Now here's another secret weapon you have: your reticular activating system, or RAS for short. Think of your RAS as the bouncer for your brain. It decides what information gets in. You tell it what's important, and it starts pointing those things out to you while filtering out almost everything else. It's your personal, built-in targeting system.
You know how this works, right? You decide you want to buy, say, a white SUV. What happens next? Suddenly, you see white SUVs everywhere you look. Were there more of them on the road? No, they were always there. You just programmed your RAS to notice them. Now, just imagine what happens when you tell it to start noticing opportunities, solutions, and helpful people.
Okay, so we know we can retrain our brains. We know we're in control. But to make any of this stick, our actions have to be built on a rock-solid foundation. We need to get crystal clear on our why. This quote just nails it. We get so obsessed with how we're going to achieve something, but if your reason why you want it is big enough, powerful enough, the how starts to figure itself out. Your why is the fuel for the entire engine.
So how do you find that why? It starts by discovering your core values. And you do that by asking yourself these big questions. This isn't about what you think you should value. It's about what you truly value. This becomes the foundation for what's called the be, do, have model. See, most people try to have something so they can do stuff in order to be happy. This flips it. You decide who you want to be, which tells you what to do, which ultimately gets you what you want to have.
Okay, this brings us to the master system. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is the practical nuts and bolts method for designing a life that gets you results.
It's called the 2-hour solution. And get this,
It's a simple planning ritual you do for just 2 hours, once a week. And people who use it report finding a minimum of 10 more productive hours every single week. We're not talking about managing time here. We're talking about creating time.
And here are the 7 steps. You start by reviewing your vision, your why. But step 3, this is the absolute game changer. You schedule excellence time. This is time for your growth, your health, your key relationships. And you put it in your calendar first, before anything else. Only then do you block out your most important work, the other necessary stuff, and you even plan for buffers and recharging. It's a proactive blueprint for a successful week. A great weekly system is amazing. But how do we make these changes permanent? How do we make success automatic? We have to build a powerful daily habit. Now check out this statistic from Dr. Deepak Chopra. It's staggering. He says that over 99% of the thoughts you have today are the exact same thoughts you had yesterday. 99%! No wonder we feel stuck in a rut sometimes. We are literally running the same mental software on a loop every single day.
So, how do you break that cycle? With something the book calls the Power Hour. This is a daily ritual, first thing in the morning, designed to consciously install new software. It's all about creating a series of small, private victories that you control, which builds incredible momentum for the rest of your day.
This quote from Rory Vaden just sums it all up perfectly. Success is never owned. It's rented, and the rent is due every day. The Power Hour, that's how you pay the rent. It's the daily investment you make in yourself and your future.
And this all leads to a fundamental truth. In this universe, nothing just stays the same. The default is decay. So you have to make a conscious choice. We are either actively growing or we are passively dying. There is no third option.
Which leaves us with this one final, powerful question to think about. Your brain is a supercomputer. It is on and it is working 24/7. It's either working against you on its default survival setting, or you can step in, take the controls, and make it work for you. The choice is yours.